Come on in. I'm Cara, and this is the Bridging Insider, and this is a follow-up edition. And we're meeting with Kit again, which you may remember from the first episode, the link is above. And he had a long-term back pain and just kind of holding him back from life. And that was better to start with, right?
Yes,
and then we followed up again with him, and that he had lifted a box, getting it out from the car, and had kind of twisted his back a little bit more. And how's that feeling?
I feel a lot better. However, I was suggested I do a quick follow-up one more time. I haven't done anything reckless or crazy, so all in all, everything is good, and I want to remain that way.
Okay, so he's good from the first 2 times that we saw him. So let's see what we can do to get him even better so that you can be more active, because that's the key to life. Staying active. So if there's something we could help you with being active, what would that be? So we can check that out.
Well, again, I just kind of wanted to review where the old pain used to be at. I mean, I'm right now running. I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
I'm trying to at least get up to doing 3 miles. I'm only doing 1.5 miles right now. It's been a while since I've been running. So it feels good to be active. It feels good to be losing weight and eating right. And so I guess it's just a double check, triple check kind of thing.
Okay, so we're going to do a quick check-in on some of the back things and then look a little bit at some relationships that would work with running, mostly with feet and legs, and just get that to be tuned up and working a little bit better. So, all right, just a quick check-in. You may be familiar with this part. We're going to see how he moves one way and the other, and a little quick this way and that way, and forward and back. And those are actually all smooth and really nice. So sit down, kick off your shoes.
Oh, kick off my shoes. There you go.
And again, we're going to just make sure the back is moving pretty nicely. And yes, it is. All right. On your back, just with your head over here.
Okay.
Just a real quick check-in on the legs and the core. And are they moving easily? That one could be better. This one is just a little easier to move. So we're not trying to fix anything. We're trying to improve you this time. All right, I'm going to see how everything works together with your core. I'm going to roll you toward me. Yes. All right. This one kind of wants to help a little bit. And then let's see. It's all right. That's what we're going to work on. And this side is much easier. So that's already cluing me into that there may be something on that right leg. Any injuries that you remember that you might have kicked something or sprained?
I can't think of a single injury.
All right. I want you to flip on your stomach.
Okay.
And we're going to just see how centered this lower body's moving, and that's really nice. And that's good on your back? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see about this part of your core and this part of your core. Okay, those are good. So actually, everything for the back is looking pretty good. So let's check in more on the legs. So that's okay. That's kind of okay. If it matches, but I think that's what we're going to want to improve upon. Yeah, because he can move already better on this left side than the right side. So we're just going to let's check a little bit with ankles. So foot moves up and down, could be a little bit easier. And let's see about this one. Can you tell this is really stiff?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of stiff right in the middle of the foot. So tell you what, I like to use my squishy, let me show you what we're going to use.
Oh, yes, that one.
My little fun toys. They just help provide some support to let all the little muscles and feet are really tough to change, but they do change because there's not a lot of muscle, a lot of tendon and ligament. So I'm going to put a little pressure here and just wiggle a little bit. It's stretching, and what we're trying to match up is what's going on the foot side and the top side, and then between the left and the right. And what's a little tight is between the bottom and the top. And as that starts moving better, it's almost like you have to melt it, kind of like butter. And as that moves better, it allows more movement here, all the way up to his hip. And that is going to be nice for your running and let you go a little bit further without getting as fatigued, because I suspect this gets a little sore.
It kind of does. I just figured that was just, what to expect. It's been...
So that's...
Maybe I might be pushing myself too much.
Okay, and I Realizing I shouldn't probably be asking you questions when you're laying down like that.
No, that's fine.
Or I'm going to repeat what you said so that people at home can understand a little easier. So it has been feeling a little tight and when you're running. Okay, so we're just going back and forth and getting, there. It's almost like the muscles above your ankle and below your ankle just figured out how to work together, which is what and then your knee starts moving easier. And let's see if that connects up to your hip. And then we're going to recheck and then send you on your way. Okay, your knee. So and this moves better. Your knee has a little bit more movement to it. And let's see about the hip. How about it? That is way easier. Okay, we're going to see if it's really fluent. I'm going to use my little peanut ball as a roller. And we're going to see is the movement transition very smoothly. And it does. I am not helping it. And let's see how the other one works. So a lot of what bothers people, all the parts may be working well individually, but how they transition, that needed a little tune-up. Just how they work together. So when I use this underneath his knee, it just makes it easier to slide because when we're actually, let me position that differently. Like if we're out running, your knee needs to transition, and this is a little too much resistance for it to be smooth. There we go. So just give that side a little pick me up. All right, let's see if they're matching. I want you to lift this leg up. Nope, the whole leg. Perfect, and then I want you to lift this one up. Very nice. They look pretty similar. Do they feel similar?
Well, actually, I feel a lot of relief on the right for some reason.
The right one feels lighter?
Yeah, it does.
All right, let's tune up the left one just a little bit more. And let's start at the foot. So we're doing similar things to each side. So one of my rules is we always do both sides, even though one may distinctly need it more than the other. We don't want the other one to get jealous. So again, same part of his foot. And actually, it was not so stiff to start with, but it feels like it's just melting and moving around a lot more easily through the middle of the foot. It's a very common place that people can be kind of stuck. They have very rigid feet. And so when the metatarsals do not transition well, it just kind of gums up the transition at the knee and the hip and potentially the lower back. Here we go. So that just looks like it's moving a lot easier at your knee and your hip. It was moving well before, but that just feels easier. So go ahead, lift one and then lift the other. Good. Okay. They feel more even?
Yeah, actually, they do. Thank you.
All right. Excellent. Okay. I want to check one other thing with these on how they work together. So I want you're going to push down, and we're going to see if that transitions all the way up into your core. So push down, and I'm going to give you some resistance. Yes, and then do you move in your core? Yes, and your back is holding together amazingly well. Very good. All right, flip back on your back.
Okay.
Good. And just wanted to make sure that both legs are turning as easily. Wow.
Feels a lot better.
I think we got some oil in there, so they're just really moving very easily.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to just make sure that this matches. So that was pretty easy, and you let it go down. It's not this guarding to it.
Yeah.
And let's make sure the other side matches.
Okay.
Excellent. And then go ahead and stand up.
Okay.
All good? Okay.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so moving even easier than before. So remember, our goal this time was not to necessarily fix something, it was to improve upon it. And he's moving so easily now, it definitely is improved upon. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining us for one more check-in. Glad your back is doing better.
Feels great.
Hopefully you'll be able to up that distance with the running. Again, I'm Cara Lindell from the Bridging Institute, and you look in the show notes for information on how to schedule a session for yourself. And if you're interested in learning the bridging technique, you can find that information there as well. And of course, give us a like and subscribe.